What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, make sure to subscribe, and if you're returning, please leave a like. Today we're playing Doki Literature Club. So I know I can't stay away from these light novels, bro, or like whatever they are. Listen, there's like a whole joke going around the anime community about Doki Literature Club. I don't know what it is. I've never played it. I've barely heard about the shit. There's a bunch of warnings whenever I open the game up, like disturbing content. Shit look like the music's even, upbeat. My curiosity has been piqued. I'm ready to be psychologically scarred, so without further ado, let's just get into it, right? Hey, I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend that you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Yeah, she had a breath, bro. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Hey, man, you gotta let them chase you, bro. That's the unspoken risk. Why you say that? My goodness. My reading skills have improved since I played Find Love or Die Trying, but they're still fucked up. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean. Well, if people are staring at you for acting weird, then I don't want you to think we're a couple or something. You don't want that weird shit, bro. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean to you even if you want to. Whatever you say. Cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Damn. You told me you would join the club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations, but where I dismissively go along with whatever she's on about. She likes to worry a little bit too much about me when I'm perfectly content and just getting on with the average, on the average, while spending my free time on games and anime. Hey, I know how you feel on that. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me. Like she might have a thing. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you were not used to the real world. That's messed up. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. All right. I'll look at a few clubs if that makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise that you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yeah. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind just a little, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Japan sound lit, bro. You got your own shit like that. Hello, Sayori. You must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. She want to make sure you on this shit. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what, that you could come to my club. Sayori, yeah. There's no way I'm going to your club. Damn. Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. I couldn't do that. I can barely read now. That was not, my goodness. See, I told you. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. I felt you on that. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make any promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. Let's get it. And thus today marks the day where I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me that. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure to meet you. I see Shorty's already meeting us. Sayori always has nice things to say about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Okay. It's like a harem, you know? Way to kill the atmosphere. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. I already don't like her. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. This is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Oh, she blushing. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's a pretty English name. That's right. It's great to see you again. Monica smiles sweetly, doing JoJo poses. We do know each other well. We rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little, you too, Monica. Come sit down, V. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll go get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it has been widely so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the class corner of the room where Natsuki grabbed a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Are you ready? Ta-da. Whoa. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. That's lit. The whiskers are drawn with icing. All right, so they put some time into this shit. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking. Well, you know, just in a hurry and take one. Everybody grabs one. It's delicious. She talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking at the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. She thinks Gordon Ramsay or something. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? Finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Damn. Made them for you or anything. Oh, shit. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you, you know, you dummy. Damn. Can't catch a break. All right. I gave up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed the conversation. Best thing you can do. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I could get next to that. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Oh shit. Calling your own homegirl out. That's not it. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider joining the literature club? I was afraid of answering it. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica I was practically dragged here. Well, I haven't joined many clubs yet, and Sayuri seems really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. That's a great leader right there. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you leader of the debate club last year? Well, To be honest, I can't stand all the politics and around major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get involved with literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica is a really great leader. Everybody's nodding. Then I'm surprised there aren't that many people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting all the effort into starting something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. Oh my goodness, I don't know why I said it like that. You have to work hard and convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Comment if I made you yawn. Right, everyone? Yeah. Well, we'll do our best. You know it. Everybody enthusiastically agrees such different girls are interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read in these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? That's a good answer. Everybody's upset about that. They're not fucking with it. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Bro's trying to get the riz going. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. That's how you get bacteria, bro. Hope you put hand sanitizer. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. All right. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. Desperately grasp something that I can relate. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. Damn, that's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you? What? What gives you that idea? You had the piece of scrap paper behind the glass club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give me that back. fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything about you is just as cute as you are. She slides up behind her and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. She ain't fucking with it. You wouldn't like them? Well, I'm not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. It's very true. That's why I told you all about my manga yet. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have any writing experience too? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. She ain't fucking with that either. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically, it's a big word, at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Let's do it. Yeah, that's not good. They ain't fucking with it. Now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right? She smiles very warm at me. Hold on, there's still one problem. What is that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth and with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I wanted to join this club. Ooh. She may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decisions. That's messed up. They took the time out to make cupcakes for you, bro. You being a dickhead. I still have other cups to look at, and I lose my train of thought. 4 girls stare at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought, yeah, everybody upset about that. You all, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make clear-headed decisions when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. She grabs her arms around, jumping up and down. Hey. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I've already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. We never walk home together because she always stayed after school for clubs. Yep. Might as well. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls, Sayuri, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Better get to it. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with those. Okay, so it's like a puzzle, low-key. Alright. This is going to be a Trapaholics exclusive. Hi again. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise. I hope this isn't too overwhelming or of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. It's first day, bro. Just told me you didn't even want to join this club, any clubs this year, and last year too. I don't think I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us serious, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you got a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room. Damn. She keeps finding herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. That's a hot topic right there. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. V always gives his best as long as he is having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. It's the best because your room is so messy it's distracting. That's fucked up. You need to get yourself together. You almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two really are good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Damn, she look like she wanna. How come you and V became good friends too? Oh shit, maybe she wanna be more than friends. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she has just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori, me? Not really, so damn, ain't mine. Don't be shy. Really, it's nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Somebody please count how many times I'll yawn during this video. I'm sorry, Yuri wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. Bro got game. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. Alright. Slowly getting his Riz magic up. This is how is this girl accidentally being so cute. Even if she picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone is settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Wonderful. Really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more. We're trying to spit game, I'm telling you. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the very first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. And she crushing. But that only makes her hide her face deeper into the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right? I wanted you to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason, just curious how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'm definitely starting to read it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What is it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Some Russian shit. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure that I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost young sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's, kind of dark. Made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Ha ha. Gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that these kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. You're rambling, aren't you? I'm sorry. Don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. It just means that you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well start reading it right now. Yeah, you don't have to. What are you saying? I mean, you're in a literature club. You might as well read the shit. Like, just a moment ago, you were saying that you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve it. Oh my goodness. And put it into the bag. All right, it's fine if I sit here, right? Sit right next to her. Yeah, are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It says if I can feel her presence over my shoulders as I read, it's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. She's reading from my book instead. Oh shit, okay. You really like apologizing, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, here, this should work, right? I slap my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book between the two of them. Oh shit, okay, so he trying to, I'm telling you, bro, these characters got like unspoken riz, bro. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my arms is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page here. Is she doing okay? Takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after he flips to the side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even close together than before. You know what he's trying to do, bro. He's trying to slide. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Glance over at her and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. We would sit there all day if I was reading that shit. We would be there all day just for a couple pages. Since you've been so patient with me, yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me. So I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange, my thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a little silly thought, but the main character reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Remain silent for a moment. But that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I just didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant it as kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Oh, okay. Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer if I only read it with you? I guess I don't really have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know. That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright, I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I'd never really done this before. Well, now that everybody's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait. Sayuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayuri is on wrinkled sheets of loose leaf torn from spiral notebook. The other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? I guess that's everyone. Glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way that my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayuri and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingeringly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? It's nothing. They dismissively returns to the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? But it really didn't come out nice at all. I mean, she's starting beef for no reason. Well, I have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Sayuri liked it, and I did too, I guess. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. She's pissed. Oh, alright, they fighting over us, bruh. He even told me he was impressed by it. Suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member. Oh, that's not what you're just, stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that we appreciate my advice more than he appreciated yours. And now how do you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everything okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as he started showing up. Oh, she's stuffing this shit. Oh, all right, man. She's trying to impress us. This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned to me as if they had just noticed I was standing there. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate the simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not unnecessarily limiting yourself. It's also a waste. You understand that, right? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. Well, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly. You know we gotta roll with Yuri on this shit. Natsuki. You're right, I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem serious. I understand. Yuri, you're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting their feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's deep. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you had just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? She clenched her fist, and in the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. She never apologized though. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to just take a walk to clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It will spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches up her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Damn. She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chair. Everything all right? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe that I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have a part in this club now. It's nothing. One more thing, that one thing that Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, mostly. V, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learned something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems that everyone likes. With any luck, that means that at least I can do a better job at impressing those I want to impress. We gotta pull strings for Yuri out here, bro. It's the obvious choice. Nod to myself with newfound determination. V. Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. She beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I really can't say I'm not enjoying it either. Lit? Sayori, about what happened earlier? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time that I've seen them fight like that. I promise you they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest, and I think everyone really likes you too. That's every day is going to be so much fun. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds. I pat her on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Lit. All right. So, we're on to poem number 2. I think we're going to end the video off here, though. Nothing really creepy is going on or fucked up or psychologically twisting, but I kind of have a feeling something's about to happen like soon. I don't know, but I don't know. Next thing you know, we're playing for like 7 more hours and it's still just, hey, we're writing poems and drinking tea. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, make sure you comment down below what you would like to see next, and make sure you hit that subscribe button and push notifications so you are notified whenever we post. Without further ado, guys, this is Doki Doki Literature Club, episode 1. There will be more. So, I'll see you guys in the next video.